Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. What a busy week it's been for me this week. As you may have noticed from my most recent video and a couple of posts I've put on the community page, I've decided to build myself a dedicated shrimp keeping studio. A place where I can keep 20 or 30 different types of shrimp, as well as some nano fish and hopefully some slightly larger fish. I want to increase the size of my betta collection, for instance. And it will also provide me with a space where I can record more videos, I can record more frequently, and I can also live stream and record podcasts. In fact, I'm delighted to say Mark from Mark Shrimp Tanks has agreed to be the first guest on the new Fish Keeping Answers podcast. Hopefully he and I can tie up our schedules and we will record in the next couple of weeks. And Mark is going to be the first of what I hope to be many guests on a weekly shrimp and fish keeping podcasts, where I'll get a chance to meet with and interview some of the biggest names in the shrimp and fish keeping hobby, as well as some of those YouTubers you may not have heard of. There are dozens and dozens of YouTubers out there that have got stunning YouTube channels, got amazing shrimp, amazing footage, but we don't always get to hear of them. I'm putting together a list of guests that I'm hoping you guys will be absolutely thrilled to listen to me interview and to learn more about their hobby to help you become better at your hobby. So apart from starting on the new shrimp studio, which is not as easy to say as you might think, what else have I been up to? Well, here in the UK, it's mid-spring, and that means there's an absolute abundance of stinging nettles. Now, stinging nettles, if you're not familiar, they grow through most of Europe and much of Asia, and I believe they are also now an invasive species in North America. And they are essentially a free food that our shrimp will go absolutely bonkers for. I mean, a small colony of 20, 30, 40 shrimp will quickly strip a couple of leaves down to nothing in just a few hours. Now, one important point when it comes to collecting anything from the wild is you need to find a source that you know is free from pesticides or pollution. I wouldn't go and collect stinging nettles from beside a busy road or from perhaps a public park where weeds may be sprayed with pesticides. Near where I live, we have a small woodland, and I know I can walk up into that and find an absolute abundance of stinging nettles. All I do is I pick some of the youngest, the tenderest leaves. I might pick a dozen or so leaves, and they will provide food for every single one of my shrimp tanks. Now, typically, I don't just drop them in straight from picking. What I do is I'll put them in a small container and I will pour over boiling water and leave them to stand for 1 or 2 minutes to allow the leaves to start to soften and to break down. Now, as you'll notice here in this video, I was lazy. I didn't go and get my jug. I just grabbed a plastic cup from the cupboard, which began to melt the minute I put the boiling water in. So don't follow my lead, don't be lazy, get yourself a proper jug or a glass container, put the leaves in, add the boiling water, and leave them for 1 or 2 minutes. Once they've steeped in the boiling mixture for 1 to 2 minutes, I will take them out, place each of the leaves on a small piece of kitchen roll, allow them to cool down slightly before adding them to the shrimp tanks. Now, you may need to crush the leaves slightly between thumb and finger just to squeeze out any air that is in the leaf, otherwise the leaves will float for a while, and then just allow 1 or 2 leaves, depending on the size of your colony, to sink down, and the shrimp will quickly come in and cover that leaves, and they will spend, in my experience, the next 6 to 12 hours absolutely stripping that down to a skeleton. And if you leave the leaf skeletons in there, they'll eat those as well, to be fair. Within 6, 12, 18 hours, depending on the size of your colony, there will be nothing left. The shrimp will have consumed it all. And the great thing is, this is a free food. We can go out and collect it perhaps once a week, twice a week, whatever we need for our colony. Once we find a good patch, nip out, grab a few of the tender leaves, steep them in boiling water for a couple of minutes, and add them to the tank. They really are a fantastic food for shrimp. Now, of course, it's not only stinging nettle leaves we can feed to our shrimp. There are literally dozens of other leaves out there that we can add to our shrimp tanks. We treat them in a similar way, and our shrimp will get nourishment and free food from them. In fact, today I have added to my Discord group a list I found on the internet, which, whilst I haven't tried every single one, I'm looking for feedback from other shrimp keepers who can say, yes, I've tried apple leaves, I've tried oak leaves, I've tried whatever it might be, and we can between us start to crowdsource a definitive list of leaves that we know shrimp can and will benefit from eating. So if you haven't already joined my Discord, I'll put a link in the description below. If you're new to Discord, I was too just a couple of months ago. So come and join a group. It's a group of fish and primarily shrimp keepers who want to share their hobby, who want to share information. You can come and ask questions. You can share pictures. If you've got a DIY project you're proud of, there's a section for you there to share your pictures or your videos. It really is becoming a fast-growing community of fish and shrimp keepers. So why not come and join us? Now, if you want to become a better shrimp keeper, or you just enjoy learning more about these fabulous little creatures, why not check out my book, the Neocaridina Shrimp Handbook. It's 97 pages, packed full of information about keeping, breeding, feeding, and generally how to become a better shrimp keeper. It's currently 50% off the regular price by using the link in the description below. Now, as I say, in the next couple of weeks, I will be recording the first episode of the Shrimp Keeping Podcast. And if you're watching this video at some point in the future, I'll put a link to that first episode just here. If you're watching this video just right now after I've recorded it, I will ask YouTube to choose another video that might interest you. Other than that, thanks for watching.